Hi guys, I am Mushawa and I am back with Maths XYZ, and today we'll still be continuing on trigonometric in reduction formulas. Alright, with reduction formulas there is something called cofunctions, of which today that's what we will be focusing at. Alright, let's first do a revision on trigonometric in Cartesian plane. Alright, this is 0 degrees, 90 degrees, 180, 270 and 360. Alright, we know that this is all student take care, of which in the first quadrant it says all trigonometric ratios are positive. In the second one only sine is positive. In the third one only tan is positive. And in the fourth one only cos is positive. Alright, in the first one we have 90 minus theta. Okay, let me just use a different marker. And also in the second one we have 90 plus theta and 180 minus theta. In the third one we have 180 plus theta and 270 minus theta. And in the fourth one we have 270 plus theta and 360 minus theta. In the first one we also have 360 plus theta. Alright guys, so let's look at something called cofunction, of which with a cofunction it's about 90 plus theta, 90 minus theta, 270 minus theta, and 270 plus theta. Alright, when we are dealing with cofunction, we are talking about sine changing into cos. Only that, we are talking about sine changing into cos. It does not affect tan, and it does not affect any other trigonometric ratio. It only affects sine and cos, of which if we have sine 90 plus theta, then the answer, we first look at sine. For example, if we have sine 90 plus theta, we know that sine is positive when 90 plus theta is positive. That means in the second quadrant we have sine and 90 plus theta in the same quadrant. That means that sine is positive. But then the answer, it won't be sine theta. The answer will actually be cos theta. Alright, cofunction, it's when we change sine into cos. Anytime when we see sine of 90 plus any other angle, that means that the answer will be cos of that angle. Like for example, if we're dealing with 270 plus theta plus or minus theta, the answer, if it's sine of 270, the answer will be cos of whatever angle. And if it's cos, then the answer will be for sine. Cofunction. Then let's look at a cofunction of 90 plus minus theta. If it's sine into 90 minus theta. Alright guys, okay, let me just make space here. Alright, okay guys, if we have sine of 90 minus theta, our answer, we know that 90 minus theta, all trigonometric ratio are positive in the first quadrant. Our answer for this one, it will be equals to cos theta. Alright, if we have sine of 90 plus theta, we know that sine is positive in the second quadrant, which is 90 plus theta. Our answer for this one, it will be equals to positive cos theta. Alright, if we have to deal with 270, sine of 270 minus theta, sine is actually negative in the third quadrant, of which that's where we find 270 minus theta. Then the answer will be negative. It won't be negative sine theta, it will actually be negative cos theta. You see, every time when we are dealing with 90 and 270, our trigonometric ratio changes. It's a cofunction. Sine changes to cos, and if it's cos, it changes to sine. Then the last one, if it's sine 270 plus theta, though our function, our ratio change into cos, we do not say that because it's 270 plus theta and that's where we find cos, then the answer will be positive cos. It's actually a negative cos theta for this one as well. Because it's sine 270 plus theta, we deal with 270, it's not found in the same place with sine, then that means it's negative cos theta. Alright, the same if I change here, the trigonometric ratios there. If I change this and have cos here, cos, and have cos, and have cos there. Then for this one, if it's cos 90 minus theta, we know that it will be positive sine theta, because where 90 minus theta is, all trigonometric ratios are positive. Then if it's cos 90 plus theta, 90 plus theta is in the second quadrant, of which cos is negative. Then the answer will be negative sine theta. Alright, and in the third one, which is cos 270 minus theta, which is this one there, then the answer is negative sine theta. And the last one, cos 270 plus theta, cos and 270, they are found in the same quadrant, which is the fourth one. That means that the answer is positive sine theta. Alright, with cofunction, what we must always take into consideration is with 90 and 270, and it only affects sine and cos. If it's sine, it changes into cos, and if it's cos, it changes into sine. Only in 270 and also in 90 degrees. Alright, let's look at an example and see how the cofunction will affect the answer when we are dealing with trigonometric reduction formulas. Alright, let's look at an example, guys. Example, it says sine 180 plus theta. 180 is not a it's not a cofunction. Then that means it won't change anything. 90 plus theta minus, is it minus? Yes, minus sine into 90 minus theta multiplied by cos into 360 minus theta. Alright, this 180 plus theta is found in the third quadrant, of which tan is positive in that quadrant, but sine is negative. Then it will be negative sine theta, the first one. And then when we come to cos of 90 plus theta, we know that 90 is a cofunction. That means the answer has to change into sine. But then 90 plus theta is in the second quadrant, of which at that quadrant only sine is positive, but cos at that quadrant is negative. Then the answer will be negative. Instead of negative cos theta, it will be negative sine theta, because it's a cofunction. Then minus 90 minus theta is in the first quadrant, of which all trigonometric ratios are positive at that quadrant. Then we'll have minus cos theta multiplied by 360 minus theta is in the same quadrant with cos. That makes it positive. Then we have positive cos theta thing. Alright, and then from here we have the positive, negative and negative will cancel out, and we will be left, they will multiply out, and we will be left with sine squared theta minus cos squared theta. Alright guys, from there, what we have now is, alright guys, what we have here, we have sine squared minus cos squared theta. But we can actually change one of this to be in terms of identities. Remember, with identities, we have sine squared theta plus cos squared theta is equals to 1. Then from here, what we do is to change this one in terms of identities. We'll be left with 1 minus cos squared theta, alright, minus cos squared theta there. And then here we're going to have 1 minus cos squared theta minus cos squared theta. And what we're going to have is 1 minus 2 cos squared theta. Then that's our answer for this question. Alright guys, let's do another quick example and see how we can solve question with cofunctions. Alright. Alright, just another example guys, a quick one. We have cos squared 360 plus theta. Remember, 360 is not a cofunction. Plus cos squared into 90 plus theta. We have 90 plus theta. Alright, the first we do cos 360 plus theta all squared plus cos 90 plus theta all squared. Then from here we have 360 plus theta, which is in the first quadrant, and in the first quadrant we know that all trigonometric ratios are positive. Then that means we have cos theta, and then squared, we will be left with cos squared theta. All right, and when we come to the second one, cos 90 plus theta, 90 plus theta is actually 90 plus theta is in the second quadrant, of which in that quadrant only sign is positive. That means that the answer will be negative sine theta, because 90 degrees is actually a cofunction. Then with the squared there, we'll actually be left with sine squared theta. Sine squared theta. This one already is a trigonometric identity, which is equals to 1. Alright guys, I hope you also understood this question. When you are dealing with identities, it only affects sine and cos. If it's sine, it changes into cos, and if it's cos, it changes into sine. Cofunction are only when we are dealing with 90 degrees and also with 270 degrees. It's 90 plus or minus theta and 270 plus or minus theta. Then that's where we have to deal with cofunctions. But then it does not affect tan, it only affects sine and cos. Just take that into consideration. Alright guys, I hope you understood this lesson, and if you have any question, please let us know and we'll have a follow-up on it. Please don't forget to subscribe to Maths XYZ so that you can get daily notification when we upload videos. Thank you.